lawyers at sa mga napadaan lang. Welcome so much! You're still welcome here at andito na naman tayo sa isang episode ng Sa Totoo Lang, kung saan pinag-uusapan natin ang realidad ng abogasya, law school at marami pang iba. For today's video, we are going to talk about buhay law school. So, okay, sige, hypothetically, 'di ba, what if pumasa ka na talaga or baka naman nasa law school ka na talaga ngayon. So this podcast would be for you. Kasi it's really one thing to get into law school, but it's also another to actually survive, right? Kaya buti na lang pinagbigyan tayo ng ating very slayful na speaker. So let me just introduce her to you for a while. So she is a graduate of BS Development Communication at the University of the Philippines, Los Baños. She is the previous Chief Justice of the UPLB Pila Society, and currently she is a second-year student at Ateneo de Manila University, and currently she is also the head of Urduha Women and Gender Desk at Ateneo Human Rights Center. So let us all welcome our former Chief Justice, Jonathan! Woo!
Hello, thank you for having me here.
Thank you so much. So if I may mention, sobrang fresh niyo po. Ever. Like, sa lahat ng PubMats na nakikita ko, gabi, sobrang fresh niya. Tapos ngayon, ang fresh mo pa rin. Like, hindi ka pala AI talaga.
Guys, ganyan talaga. Kung hindi kaya mag-perform Japorm, bawi na lang tayo sa looks.
Gets kita. Parang hindi ko kaya siya. Parang sa personality na lang po ako bumabawi. Pero sige.
Okay na din yun. Basta may pambawi.
Okay, thank you po. Thank you po, FCJ Jana. So, first of all, congratulations to Ateneo for being the top school
thank you.
for the bar exams 2024. Congrats po sa inyong lahat. Sa inyong lahat. Woo!
Sabi ko nga sa friends ko na parang, ay, buti na lang, may point pala yung paghihirap natin araw-araw. Nagta-top 1 pa rin tayo.
Get. Diba? Pero ayun, konting chika lang po. Kamusta po kayo? Like right now, lately?
I'm okay naman. My finals just finished. So, currently, our sem is officially done na. And, parang I feel like I recovered naman already with like sleep, ganyan. And then ngayon, medyo bumabawi na kami sa mga lakad. Parang puro lakwatsa na lang kami mga friends namin. So, parang wala. Ganun talaga. And, wala, ayun, bakasyon na. Also, syempre, hindi pa rin mawawala yung parang gusto mong magbakasyon, but at the same time, you're waiting for grades release. Yung grades release namin sa January pa. So, parang, shit, paano ako magpapasko? Di ko pa alam kung may law school pa akong papasukan next year o wala na. Parang
correct. Ganun. Parang ang hirap mag-celebrate kasi you're anticipating for something. Deserve ko ba talaga?
Super.
Right. Thank you so much for that wonderful update and hoping for passing high grades next year, Lord. Bagong taon, bagong enrollment sa law school. Okay, but before we jump into our topic, pwede niyo po ba kaming kwentuhan kung paano kayo umabot sa point na, ay, gusto ko talaga mag-law school? Like, ano yung naging thought process mo na gusto mo siyang tahakin? Ganon. Paano ka nag-arrive at that decision, FCJ Dan?
Okay. So, when I was a kid kasi, I was going to a science school. Na before, hindi naman siya halatang science school. Pero parang eventually, na-realize ko din na yung curriculum namin, pattern siya sa Pisay. So, heavily sa STEM talaga yung curriculum. And I was like, finding it hard to excel, essentially. But then, I would, yung usual na kwento na, but then I would excel in English, and history, and the social sciences, ganyan. And so, my parents realized that also. And my dad was the first one to, like, present the idea of a lawyer to me, na parang, oh, you're good at memorizing. Kasi, di ba, sa mga STEM subjects, di mo nadadaan sa memorizing yan. Paano mo idadaan sa math, dadaan sa memorizing yung math.
Yeah.
But when it comes to, ayun nga, yung mga social sciences, kaya siya idadaan sa memorizing. So, sabi ng dad ko, oh, you're good at memorizing. Why don't you try being a lawyer? Because, like, you're, great lolo, something like that. But basta medyo malayo na. He was a lawyer, ganyan. Tas okay naman. So, parang yun yung unang seed in my mind na maglolo ako, ganyan. And then, I went to UPLB. And you know naman in UPLB, diba? Very mulat yung mga tao.
Yes.
Grabe yung paghuhubog ng mga tao sa UP. And wala kang choice kundi malaman mo yung nangyayari sa mundo. So parang, of course, na-strengthen lang siya lalo. Na parang, okay, before, yung purpose lang ng yung kagustuhan ko na pumunta sa law school was because magaling ako mag-memorize. Pero nung nag-UP ako, yung purpose na kung bakit nga gusto ko mag-law school is because I want to serve the people. Ayun din. And syempre yung dad ko, big part din yung dad ko kung bakit ako nag-law school. Kasi aside from UP, helping me become socially aware, siya din, sobrang socially aware niya. Like, lagi siya magkakwento about the news with me. To me, he would ask for my thoughts, we would have a discussion. Alala ko pa dati, tinatry niya mag-set up ng debate sa akin regarding the RH bill. Sabi niya, eto na trainee mo sa pag-aabogado. Like, oh my God, ilang taon lang ako, 12 years old pa lang ata ako nung nirelease yung RH bill. So, parang todo research naman ako. So, yun, parang lang, pakonti-konti. Ever since sure naman na siya, pero parang palakas yung eagerness ko to go to law school.
Right. And I'm really glad to hear that at an early age, you really had a supportive environment and it came in the form of your dad, no? Ay, siguro ganun din talaga. Grabe yung influence ng pamilya natin or even the closest people around us in molding our dreams. Ayun lang. Thank you po for sharing. Kasi ako rin, I'm also a STEM girly. Like, galing po akong science high school. And then, well, dito na tayo sa track na to and hopefully ay umabot din po kami dyan. Now, let us hop on to our topic. So, paano ba talaga mag-survive sa law school? So, first of all, pwede po ba kami bigyan ng tips? How do you study? Kasi parang parang when you study undergrad, parang kaya mo pang mag-petics ganun at some point. Pero parang sa law school, lahat ng nakakausap ko, parang hindi kailangan magbasa. Parang kahit kapag ka nasa galaan sila, nag-readings pa rin sila. So, paano ba yun? How do you actually study?
Okay. Okay, if you were gonna ask me this question when I was in first year, I cannot answer you. Because back in first year, like every other freshman naman nata in law school, they're still finding like the groove in law school, like what works for them, what doesn't work for them, ano ba yung tamang atake for particular subjects sa exams, ganyan. Because it's really nothing like undergrad, as in zero. I remember saying this also to PLS an event na parang law school is really a different animal. If you think you're studying right now in college, wait till you get to law school and you'll realize na you've really never studied this much. So, like, swear. And, ayun, so siguro, my tips or, not naman tips, it's just really things that work for me. So, there are like 2 parts, in a SEM for me. And that's daily grind and exam season. Daily grind are your daily classes. So, it's how you prepare for your day-to-day classes, like the recits, the reporting if you have reporting. But largely, it's really the recits, right? So, it's really not like undergrad na parang pwede kang pumasok tapos wala kang gagawin. Makikinig ka lang. Hindi talaga. Very rare yung mga ganong professors in law school who would just lecture. And medyo double-sided coin din ang lecture kasi yes, nakakapagpahinga ka, pero no kasi magsi-self-study ka. Siyempre, hindi ka na makikinig. And the tendency is, you're gonna study for your next subjects na may recit. So, ano siya? It has its ups and its downs, parang ganyan. And then, the second part is the exam season. So, bakit may sariling part yung exam? Kasi exams are the biggest weight in your grade. Ito yung pinakamabigat sa grade mo na kahit sobrang galing mo sa recit mo araw-araw, kung yung exams mo ay ligwak, safe to say, baka yung final grade mo, GG ka na din. Parang ganun. So, parang, what matters most are the exams talaga. Like, that's as far as I can tell you. Because again, usually kasi law schools, they really just prepare you for the bar. And bar is an exam. So malamang the best way to prepare you is through their exams. So they always double down on the exams. Okay. So specific tips when it comes to daily grind. I don't have like study techniques na para mga Pomodoro or like yung take notes or paggagawa ng review or wala talaga. What I try to do is, okay, so for each subject, so you have to identify the subject and you have to identify the prof. So even before the semester starts, we already try to get intels on the profs. Ano na to, guys? Crash course into law school na to kung ano ginagawa. So yun. So we try to get intel on the profs, like what do the profs like? Paano ba sila magpa-resit? Paano yung exam nila? Nagbabagsak ba sila? Nagko-curve ba sila? Parang ganun. Yung mga ganun bagay. And then, so you try to, once you get to know who your prof is, you try to gather materials on that prof, meaning like reviewers. Reviewers, mga Samplex. So Samplex is basically mga previous exams ng prof na yun, na may sagot na at may score na. Or minsan wala ding sagot, wala ding score, pero at least you would get to see how they ask questions in exams and how they check it. Ganun yung Samplex. Ano pa ba? Basta yan, materials on the prof, na catered sa prof, and dun sa subject na yun. And then, you could like do like books also, kung ano yung books na pinaprescribe ng prof, mga ganyan. Ayun. And then, sa daily grind mo, of course, you have reset every day for almost every single subject. And, syempre, titimplahin mo din kung anong subject yung ipaprioritize mo. Kasi madami talaga siya. Like, kahit minor yung subject, minsan yung bigat ng syllabus nila or ng coverage nila for a day, kasing patas lang ng ng major, 'di ba? Pero at the end of the day, kailangan mo din isipin like ano ba dapat i-prioritize mo, ano yung may mas madaming units, ganun. So yun yung subject. And then when you're studying for each subject, you have to the usual formula is caudal, cases, commentary. That's the usual formula. So, caudal kasi, ayun yung plain law, as in like black letter law. Yun lang yun. Yun talaga yung legal basis mo for everything. Cases kasi, dito nag-a-apply. Dito mo ina-apply yung mga law na yun. So, dito mo na-figure out how do you apply it in real life. Commentaries naman, it just gives you like additional knowledge on the law and how it is applied in real life. Kaya nga siya commentary kasi comments lang naman yan ng mga prominent figures din in law school. But at the end of the day, it's a second-hand source. And the first two are first-hand sources. Yan, kaya last siya. But then, there are profs kasi na the way they pares it is purely cases lang. And then there are profs na the way they pares it is purely caudal lang. And there are profs naman na a mix of both. Kaya medyo kailangan mo ng commentary din. Kasi i-grill ka niya at i-grill. So, you have to identify that. Like, paano ba mag-pares it si prof? Ano ba siya? A purely cases guy ba siya? Or like, gusto niya caudal lang? So, yun yung uunahin mong i-review. At least for me, yun yung uunahin kong i-review. Depende talaga sa prof. So, if I know the prof is case-heavy, unahin ko yung cases. Kasi mas importante na matapos ko yung cases. Kahit hindi ko na mabasa yung caudal, okay lang. Kasi yung caudal, nandun din naman sa cases. Yun lang yun. Commentary, hindi naman siya itatanong. Kasi nga cases lang naman na tinatanong. Or kung caudal yung prof, caudal ka lang ng caudal. As in, verbatim ka lang ng verbatim dyan ng caudal. Minsan, pwede mong i-support with the commentary. Because again, the commentary tries to explain the law. And then cases, kung magdadalo siya ng cases. So, and then, ayun. And then sometimes, may mga profs naman na caudal, pero more on commentary nga. Kasi para may like sila magpaikot-ikot ng tanong. Like, oo, caudal lang siya, pero hindi siya black letter law. May mga situations or scenarios na ibibigay sila. So, parang kailangan mo ng additional perspective and hindi lang yung mismong provision. Ayun. So, that's how it is in daily grind. And, for me, kasi, I also like studying on the go then. So, depende din talaga. That's why I don't usually like make reviewers, ganyan. Basta, I just find good math. Okay. So, in first year, of course, you're still gonna, this is for me, Of course, you're still gonna like study your books. Kasi yun yung pinaprescribe eh. You're gonna full text cases, ganyan. But then, when you get to second year, and for us in Ateneo, second year is one of the hardest years kasi grabe yung load niya. Like, OA talaga kung OA. So, parang, of course, medyo kailangan mo na maging madiskarte. And in second year, I don't think I've ever read a book this year. Like, all you need is a good reviewer that's, tailored fit to the subject and to the prof. That's it. Because again, you don't have that much time to like read a book pa. Although some people still can, kasi again, that's how you learn better. That's how some people learn better. But for me, I like to work smart. Buti sana akong fast reader at fast learner ako, pero hindi talaga. Kaya dun mo lang muna tayo sa mga reviewers. So, yun. And the next part naman is exam.
Before we go to the next part, if I can just comment. Kasi when you mentioned na you have to know your prof, parang that's really a good, I think even back in UP, even here in UPLB, we still do that. Diba? Parang, ano ba, nagbabagsak ba't unknowable ba tong prof na to? Ganyan. Because there's really wisdom in knowing your battles. But, like, AKA kung paano ba yung prof na yun gumalaw sa loob ng classroom, di ba? And I think yung minimension mo, FCJ, yung Samplex, it's comparable to olds. Diba, olds yung term sa UPLB, yung parang old materials from professors. And that's really interesting when you mentioned that your technique would be studying on the go, na hindi ko yung tipo ng tao na kailangan lahat ma-cover ko, ganyan, gano'n. Kasi ako medyo may anxiety ako kapag hindi ko na-cover lahat. Pero okay lang pala. Di ba? Makaka-survive ka with such a good reviewer kahit hindi mo madaanan lahat ng books. Because as you say, kailangan mo rin mag-work smart, di ba? So, sige. Thank you so much for the first part. Punta na tayo sa exam season. Paano naman yun, FCJ?
Yeah. Okay. Exam season. Teka, kaka-exam ko lang. Dapat alam ko to. Okay. So, leading to the exam season, your daily grind is your best friend. Kung kung ayaw mong pahirapan sarili mo sa exams, seryosohin mo yung daily grind mo. Kasi, again, in exams kasi you have, ngayon na I'm in second year, our exam season in Ateneo is 10 days. So, and then we have seven or 8 exams within those 10 days. So, kung 8 yung exams mo, ilang araw lang yung pahinga mo? 2 lang. May isang weekend ka lang na libre. So, parang, nakakapagod siya kasi exam ka lang today, may exam ka na naman bukas. May exam ka na naman the next day. So, parang, oh my God. So, syempre, parang the coverage pa, it's so long. Usually, some profs do it comprehensive, like, cover to cover talaga. So, you have to start with your daily grind talaga. Because it is nearly impossible to go back to the whole coverage a day before the exam. It's nearly impossible. And kahit pilitin nyo, wag na siguro. So, that's why, para mas maganda yung retention, pagdating nyo ng exam season, galingan nyo na ng daily grind. Yun talaga yun. Parang nilalatag nyo na yung foundations ng exams nyo sa daily grind pa lang. And then, next would be, the way I study, ayun din pala, before going into the exams, kasi, siguro a week before or 2 weeks before, nagsistart ka na mag-aral for exams. Although medyo mahirap din, kasi, ayun nga, sumasabay pa siya sa daily grind mo, pero sa mga points na kaya mo pumitik ng konting dahil pumitik ng konting kaso, ganyan, for exams. go lang. Pero what's important siguro is you plan out your schedule. Like, anong subjects yung aralin mo for this day, for that day, ganyan. So, it helps din, at least for me, it helps din na I plot out the schedule. And then, sa mismong exam season, sa mismong schedule siguro ng pag-aaral ng exams. For me kasi, what I try to do is, babalikan ko lahat, pero again, ito na yung pagalingan na lang tayo sa pagpili ng materials. Kung anong reviewers yung gagamitin natin. Siyempre, hindi na pwede yung sobrang haba kasi nga, mag-exam na tayo bukas. Kailangan yung medyo mas maikse, pero substantial pa din. Tsaka nandun yung mga hinahanap ng prof. So, pagalingan talaga siya sa paghanap ng materials, promise. Although I still do have friends who would still try to read the whole book. I don't know how they do it, but I just can't. I cannot.
Hindi na tayo sa totoo.
I know my limits. Ayun. So, what I try to do to prepare for exams is I finish my first read. So, I finished my first read of the review. The reviewer. And then, siguro a day before, or actually kahit the day mismo na, a day before to the day mismo ng exam, I memorize na. That's when I memorize. And then, hours before the exam, I do samplexes. Kasi I don't like doing samplexes first. Some people kasi like doing samplexes first para they already know what to look for. But then at the same time, I don't like doing samplexes first kasi I don't know anything yet. So parang it's hard to answer samplexes without knowing anything yet. And it just ends up pressuring me na parang, hala, ito yung kailangan ko aralin, ito yung kailangan ko, blah, blah, blah. So, yun. It really depends on what works for you. But, last few hours ng exam, ang ginagawa ko talaga is samplex and last-minute memorization. Yun. So, yeah, I think...
I think, when you mentioned, FCJ, na dapat doon pa lang sa daily grind, ginagalingan mo na. Parang, that really resonated with me because preparation starts not at exam week, but literally the first day of class. Diba?
Yeah.
Baka second day, kasi baka may introduction pa rin ba sa law school? Hello po, ako po si Gen.
Guys.
Wala nang ganun. Diretso agad. Baka na kaagad.
Sobrang rare ng mga prof na ganun. We call that Schola Brevis. Yun nga, mga introduction, ganyan. So, parang, wala konti na lang yung prof na nagpapaganon. Most likely talaga, diretso kayo sa syllabus.
Yes. So, diba, parang as you prepare, diba, since diretso bakbakan, parang siseryosohin mo na talaga. And if I may share, there's a quote I've read somewhere, sabi doon, the race is won in the garage. Diba, parang hindi siya on the day of the race talaga. And kasi parang makikita mo na agad yung winners and how they prepared for the race. And it resonates with us students, diba? Parang gets mo na yon kung gaano ka prepared during the exam. And speaking of exams, paano po yung structure ng exams, FCJ? Parang lahat ba essay type or meron ding nagpapa-objective-ish na profs?
Of course, the standard is essay type. Pero meron pa rin mga nagpapa-objective na profs na multiple choice or true or false. Yun pa lang yung objective na I've come across with.
Get. Grabe. Grabe dami ko natutunan. Parang pwede na siyang gawing module. How to survive.
Tapos yung crash course into law school to
Yes, actually. Pero pagdating naman po sa environment, do you do coffee shops, FCJ? Or sa dorm ka lang or apartment or something? Saan ka po nag-aaral usually?
Okay. This is what I mean when I said I study on the go. Because kasi ever since, I can't just study and sit still. When I was in first year, I was really struggling with law school kasi nade-depress ako mag-aral. Tapos ang daming aaralin. As in ang hirap pa niya. So parang, usually kasi when I was in college, I like taking time off for myself. Okay guys, gala tayo right now, pero pag uwi, dun pa lang ako mag-aaral. So yung mga group study, fake aral ko lang yun. Usually, pumupunta ako doon, nakapag-aral na ako mag-isa. Kasi doon ko mas na-absorb. Pero, what I noticed when I was in first year law school, tinatry ko yung ginagawa ko ng college na mag-aaral ako mag-isa kasi doon ko mas natutunan. Shit, nakaka-depress siya. Nakaka-depress siya sa law school kasi ulit-ulit mo siyang gagawin. Tapos ang haba-haba ng covers. Tapos ang hirap-hirap niya intindihin. So parang, oh my God. Parang ano ba tong, like what am I getting myself into? Hindi ko magets kung ano. So parang, so I think that's the main thing that changed with my study habits compared to college was that I always study on the go now. Like, we would study sa AHRC or sa Human Rights Center kasi madami yung tao dun eh. We have our friends there, ganyan. So parang ngayon kasi mas nagaganahan ako to study with other people there. Like kahit hindi ka, kahit hindi ka nag-aaral din. I just like na parang, okay, there's other people, there's company. Kasi nga, antidepressant siya. Antidepressant! Pero yun, mas natutuwa lang ako. Because at least, kapag gusto ko lang ng brain break, I can talk to people, or may pwede akong gawin. Kasi, ewan ko, may self-diagnosed ADHD kasi ako. So, I can't just study and sit still talaga, guys. Like, hindi talaga. I have to go out. I have to be with other people while I'm studying. So, usually, center or yung AHRC nga, na we call it center kasi yung place namin din. Or we go to Starbucks. You know, yung mga usual cafes, Starbucks, UCC, ganyan. Pero, ayun. Kung mag-aaral man ako mag-isa in my condo, that's only when kapag sarado na lahat, like, uwian na talaga. So, mag-aaral ako like sa gabi and sa morning. Pero the rest of the day, as in like, kahit gumagala ako, like, ayun, kasi kami ng boyfriend ko, we go to like, different places then kasi, on a daily, kasi, you know, friends, work, ganyan. So, parang, bit ko, laptop ko, iPad ko, lahat ng papeles ko. So, like, nasanay na ako mag-study sa car. And kung saan mo ako dalihin, I will find a way to study. Ganun lang siya.
Okay, so grabe no, parang it really helps yung environment, that cafe, or literally anything apart from your home. That helps with your focus when it comes to studying for law school. Pero if I may ask, since nabanggit mo na, FCJ, na you said that law school is a different animal. So for fun lang, ano sa tingin mong klaseng animal ang law school? Like, compare sa undergrad. Kung undergrad, ano ba siya? Aso ba siya? Pusa? Ibon? Tapos yung law school, ano ba siya? Crocodile.
Parang feeling ko grizzly bear. Kasi alam mo yung mga grizzly bear, para silang teddy bear. Pero kapag hinabol ka, GG ka na talaga.
Okay, get. Akala mo fluffy, pero
wow, law school, that's so prestigious, that's so nice. Pagpasok mo doon, oh my God.
Get. So, after nung cloud chasing era, parang, okay, puro paghihirap na ba?
Hirap pala talaga to.
Ayos. Sige. So, dahil napag-usapan na natin yung like a big chunk of the gao, lahat ng paghihirap to actually prepare for law school, for exams, ganyan. Pag-usapan naman natin, like, how do you balance law school life and of course your personal life as a person? So, what are the things you do to like distress from law school? Like, tama na muna guys. Wait.
What do I do ba? Ayun, number one, I surround myself with people. Yun talaga, like, for me, that's why we like making tambay with friends. We like making tambay sa center, sa HRC, kasi nandun yung friends namin. And of course, alam mo yung mga, at least konting catch up lang, or kamusta, class nyo, ganyan. Or like, basta, like, just talking about anything that doesn't have to do anything with law school. Alam mo yun, like, you just need people like that na, guys, gets na. Hindi natin kailangan pag-usapan yung law school right now. And if you do need to, like, talk about something or, like, rant about something, like, for example, you had a bad result, bumagsak ka sa exam, ganyan. Same people then. Same people, at least you have people to rant to. So, I think that's what's really important. Ito din nata sinabi ko yung last PLS event nga na parang, just remember that you're not alone and there are always other people there for you going through the same thing and probably having the same feelings as you do. And, you know, you could always share that, you could always share those burdens. Like, in law school, sobrang tight-knit community niya. Because no one else, aside from us, understands what we're going through. Like, no one really truly understands. Kahit pamilya mo pa yan, kahit jowa mo pa yan, kahit best friend mo pa yan, kung wala sila sa law school, they don't really truly understand. So, it's really just the same people who are there who understands what you're going through. And syempre, panghawakan mo yung mga tao na yun. Like, parang don't be like me. I used to study alone in my condo and so depressed when I was in first year, ganyan. So, at least ngayon, di ba, nahihirapan man ako, pero at least, share ko yung hirap na yun with other people. So,
diba, parang when you share it with others, it's half the burden already. Diba?
Like,
okay, gets mo ko, gets kita. Ganon.
Just
Ay,
don't care.
For context lang, are you a people person, FCJ? Like, extroverted ka ba talaga?
No.
No. Okay. Pero you love, you just love, yun talaga yung break time lang, talking to people.
Kasi parang introvert talaga ako, guys, promise. Parang madami kasi hindi naniniwala sa akin kapag sinasabi ko introvert ako. Pero introvert talaga ako. And siguro, ayun nga, kasi kung nasa college ako ngayon, like, I'm not gonna make chika all the time. Like, introvert talaga ako. Pero nga, dahil law school is so, it's so heavy. It's so heavy. I have to talk to other people just so I could know. So, parang it's a change in circumstance lang din. Kaya ganun.
Right. Kumbaga at this point, hindi na siya matter of personality. Necessity na talaga to actually talk to people. Diba? Para maging sane ka pa rin at the end of the day.
Honestly.
Diba? So, paano naman, FCJ, kapag akong sobrang demanding na nung law school, what are the things na sinasacrifice mo para lang ma-complete yung requirements? Or wala naman ba? Parang right on track naman ang mga...
Madami. Madami, guys. Law school is demanding all throughout. So, you're more demanding lang kapag exams, ganyan. Pero, ayun, parang all throughout your law school journey, you'll have to make sacrifices. So, syempre, yung pamilya ko, kapag may mga ganap yung family ko, nasa-sacrifice yun. Minsan, di na ako nakaka-uwi ng weekend. Kasi usually, every weekend, kailangan ko umuwi sa pamilya ko. Parang ganun. Tapos kapag exam season, di talaga ako uwi. Kasi, yun nga, kailangan ko ng time to like focus and to lock in for exams. Ano pa ba? Syempre, yung friends ko din, I don't get to see them that much anymore. Ano pa? Time with your significant other also. Syempre, nakakompromise yun. Sobrang kailangan may sacrifice yun. And, just things that you wanna do in general, like your hobbies. Like, for example, me kasi I play sports. I play ultimate frisbee, diba? So, it's so annoying for me na, my friends are going to La Union or to Bacolod to like play a tournament and I can't come because again, I have school. But like, I really wanna play, I really wanna compete, ganyan. Pero wala you have school. Alam, parang, kahit pa sabihin ko na, hindi, kaya ko yan, like, isang weekend lang, tapos babalik ako na kaya ko pa din. Hindi like, you have to take into account, like, is that gonna put you in the best condition when you enter your class on Monday? Like, will you be fully prepared if you play a tournament that weekend? So, parang, ayun, syempre, parang priorities lang din talaga. And, again, hindi man naiintindihan ng mga tao sa labas yun, maintindihan pa rin naman ng mga friends mo inside law.
Right. Pero di ba parang at some point, it will still give you like a mental strain or like sadness, di ba? Parang, bayan, hindi ako makasama. How do you power through with that kind of emotional toil na, hi, I cannot do the things I want to do?
Guys, grabe yung existential crisis ko sa law school dahil sa ganyan. Na parang sabi ko, oh my God, 24 na ako. Tapos parang yung mga ka-age ko, yung mga ka-batch ko, syempre nag-out of the country na, nag-travel sila together, they have money, and then they get to like do stuff for their family. Parang sabi ko, shit. Syempre, unang-una, hindi ako makasama. Pangalawa, wala akong pera. Kasi, malamang, you don't earn naman from law school. And, as if namang gagastusin ko yung allowance ko from my parents to just hayahay and just like take a vacation, diba? Of course, I have to put it into good use. So, ayun. So, it's really hard to be in this, like, stage in your life na parang you just feel like everyone's getting ahead of you. Right? But, again, you have to remember why you entered law school. For me, I entered law school kasi for me, I'm like willing to take the long route for bigger gains. Yun naman talaga yun. Parang, okay lang sa akin, sige, sakripisyo tayo ng 4 years. Basta yung balik, alam ko namang fulfill, hindi lang naman siya like money-wise pero alam kong tenfold, parang 10 times more fulfilling siya sa akin than any other job in the world. So parang, ayun. So parang, it's all gonna be worth it in the end. And dito mo din talaga iintindihan yung, yun nga, like, on your own pace talaga. Kasi in your 20s, ewan ko there's just something about your 20s that makes you feel so confused and like so lost. And at the same time, everyone's just finding themselves in their 20s. So, ayun, basta ang dami na nangyayari, like, different people have different things going on. And for us, it's this. So, constant reminder lang siya na parang, it's such a privilege to be here. Like, there are so many people who want to go into law school but don't have the means or the resources to go to law school. And there are some people na parang gustong-gusto nila ng parang basta makapag-aral lang or like magkaroon ng mas magandang trabaho pero they don't have the means and resources to. So like, what the hell am I complaining for? Like, kung ano man yung kino-complain ko sa hirap ng pag-aaral ko sa daily grind, sa hirap ng exams, sa pagbagsak ng exams, these are the problems that other people wish they have. So parang, what am I complaining for? So parang ano lang din siya, you just have to remind yourself to be grateful for the things that you have right now. And, ano naman yun parang, hindi ka naman forever sa law school diba? Like, eventually, makakasama ka din sa mga trips ng friends mo, madadala mo din yung family mo sa gantong places. So, parang, patience lang din. Isang malaking patience at isang malaking pag-recognize kung gaano ka-blessed as a person.
Right. So, grabe, no? Parang, hindi lang tips, but also motivation ang makuha. Parang pwede na tayo mag-motivational speaker, FCD. Thank you for that. Pero, I would just agree with everything that you said. Kasi, it's really hard to look at the bigger picture. Lalo na kapag hindi mo naman makita yung results. Di ba? Parang everyday you have to grind, you have to push through all the readings, ganyan. Tapos parang ang tagal. And then you see other people celebrating. Celebrating with their own milestones in their lives. Parang, sana all, sana too. Ganyan. Pero like what you said, you just have to hold on with really the purpose behind you being at law school, wanting to become a lawyer. So, okay, fine. Sige po. So, baka sa iba helpful yung vision board. Yun, naalala ko lang kasi nung high school pinagawa kami ng, what is your vision? Have a cafe. Mga ganun ba? Anyway, as a visual learner. So, thank you so much for that. I think that's just a good reminder, whether you are in law school or not. Whatever it is na tinatrabaho mo, just keep going. Just really show up and do the grind kasi it will eventually come to an end. Like, I for everyone's information, ang motivational quote for myself would be, walang forever. Ewan ko, for some reason, motivating siya sa akin kasi lahat ng nangyayari ngayon, kaya yung even the happiness, itong happiness na to, hindi to forever, so I should cherish it. Itong paghihirap na to, hindi rin to forever, so I have something to look forward to. So, diba, go guys, walang forever.
I just remembered also na parang one time, I just turned 24. And I have this thing kasi na parang, oh, it's my Mamba year right now, so everything has to be great, everything has to be ganito. But then, like early on, right after my birthday, I was like just having an existential crisis. Because yun nga, again, parang I felt like so left behind, ganyan, I can't do this, I can't do that. And then, so like my boyfriend, he tried to like, talk me out of it, like that existential crisis. And one of the things na he really said that really struck me, and I feel like dadalhin ko siya buong law school ko, is that, right, parang, ayun, law school is like a prison. You probably feel like you're in prison right now because you really can't do anything else but like you're forced to study and to prioritize school, yada yada yada. But then you have to remember that the best time to get out of prison is to serve your time. So like you really can't rush it. Like wala kang ibang pwedeng gawin kundi mag-aral. Like that's the easiest and that's the fastest way that you could get out of law school. Like kahit soang-soa ka na sa pag-aaral, wala eh. Like that's how you get out of it. Because like if you don't study, bumagsak ka, uulit ka lang ulit. Madadagdagan lang ulit yung years mo ng law school. So parang, just serve your time, guys. Suck it up and serve your time. Yeah.
Okay. And from what you're sharing, FCJ, parang a lot of things about surviving in law school is not just about being academically great, but also mentally tough.
Yeah.
Well, girl, you gotta stay. You gotta stay. And speaking of those things that really challenges us in law school, what are the things that we have to look out for in law school? Like, ano ba yun? Like, is it the resits, ganyan, the people, the exam, the opportunities? Ano ba?
Well, okay. So I guess unang-una, you have to look out for your block. Like, kasi, whoever your block is, ito na yung mga tao na you'll be with all throughout your law school journey. Unless kung ma-dissolve yung block nyo like ours. So, may chance bang magbago. Pero, the gist of the story is, ito na yung mga tao na mga kasama mo araw-araw. Like, sa resits, sila yung makakarinig ng mga good and bad resits mo. Sa exam, sila yung makakaalam kung bumagsak ka or hindi. Yung mga ganun bagay. So, these are the people na you're gonna go through law school with. And so, why do you have to look out for your block? Because you have to be solid. If it's not solid, expect na mas mahirapan kayo sa law school. Kasi, ang purpose talaga ng block or ang pinaka-ideal talaga na block is yung nagtutulungan. So, ayun, basta importante talaga siya. So, you have to look out for your block. Like, if you notice na, shocks, parang, I don't think we're heading the right way. Like, di kami nagtutulungan, kanya-kanya kami. Syempre, like, parang step up ka na, try to change something, ganyan. Sa amin kasi, it's kind of like, yung authority figure, we have that eh. We have like yung BDLs. We have an overall block BDL, and sometimes it's up to the BDL's discretion if they want to assign subject BDLs or like the BDLs for each subject. So parang lagi ka may authority figure, may hierarchy, may chain of command, kumbaga. And those figures they're really important. Kasi ayun nga, sila yung magde-define ng success nyo as a block.
Yeah.
I've been a co-BDL during my first year, and it's not a joke, like the trabaho, because like on top of their studies, they have to like, kailangan pa nila pagsilbihan yung block. So, mahirap talaga siya. So, parang kudos din talaga sa mga ganun na kaya mag-step up and at the same time, mag-excel pa rin sa studies nila.
Right.
Ayun. So, what else do you guys have to look for? Of course, yes, the resets. That's gonna be your life for the next 4 years. I'm just doing resets day in and day out. And ayun, tama yung sinabi mo kanina, Shara, na it's really just not about being academically great. It's being mentally tough. So, yung resets, yung daily reminder mo na, shit, ang bobo ko.
A humbling moment every day.
Oo, pero dahil mentally tough ka, we will live to fight another day. Kaya okay lang yan, guys. Parang ganon. So,
may time na ba na umiyak ka?
Yeah.
Like during class or after naman na?
After, online, first year, first sem, Consti 1 ko. Tapos, this was the first and last time that I said sa prof ko, sorry sir, I did not read the case. Wala, kasi hindi lang ako umabot talaga na sa coverage. Like, bigla siyang, akala namin, sinusundan niya yung sequence ng cases, bigla siyang lumaktaw ng mga 7 cases, parang, oh my God. So, parang, oo, kahit na anong pandadogas ko, wala akong makakuha doon, wala akong maalala sa case na yan. So, parang, yun, umiyak ako after nun. Ayun. So, it's usual.
do you do during those moments of pressure? Paano ba yun? How do you cope during and even after?
Sabi sa akin ng friend ko, nung nag-exams kami, tapos, kapag second year, diba, ang dami-dami mong subjects, you can't falter midway. Like, you really can't falter midway. So, sabi ng friend ko, basta guys, pag second year, may short-term memory kayo. So, parang, kung ano man ginawa mo sa exam na to, nung araw na to, kalimutan mo na yan, mag-aral ka na para sa next exam mo. As in, ganun lang talaga. Parang, kailangan mo lang talaga mag-compartmentalize na feelings. Kung hindi ka ganung tao, and, like, feeling mo na kailangan mo talaga siya ilabas, di ilabas mo. Like, tapusin mo na yung, iiyak mo na lahat. Kasi may ganun din kaming friends. Like, parang, before mag-aral, iiyak muna sila. Kasi nga, oh my God, pagod na, ganyan. So, like, do what works for you. Basta wag lang umabot dun sa point na hindi ka na talaga gagalaw at all. So, kung kailangan mo umiyak for 1 hour, gawin mo na, tapusin mo na yung 1 hour na yan, tapos mag-aral ka na after. Kung kailangan mo mag-compartmentalize at magluksa muna, kailangan mo na maglakad-lakad sa Rockwell, sige, go. Tapos mag-aral ka na. Basta you just can't stop. Just don't stop. Ganun lang talaga siya.
Yeah, literal na, just keep going lang talaga. I know other people, parang sila naman tumatakbo, nag-gym, ganyan, just to release whatever it is that needs to be released, ganyan. So, yeah, whatever works for everyone, but what's important is, you still stick to the grind. And, keep going, diba? Ay, wala lang. Parang, just kasi wala pa naman kami sa law school. Parang, ang hirap niyang i-imagine. Paano pa kaya pag nandun na mismo? Parang, kudos po sa lahat ng nasa law school ngayon. Parang, thank you for really keeping for surviving and choosing not to give up, 'di ba? So, speaking of not giving up, I think a huge part of that is taking care of yourself. So, how does self-care look like as a law student? Meron pa bang ganun or wala na, bahala na guys. Pag nanginig ka na lang kakain.
Guys, my self-care sleep. Yun lang talaga. Okay, cause like, in college, the way I tried to handle things back in college is that I sacrifice sleep. Meaning, like, diba, my class ends at 5, I have training from 6 to 9, syempre, magdi-dinner pa yon, so makakauwi kami 11, tutulog ako for like 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours, gising ulit ako, aral ako na madaling araw, tapos tuloy-tuloy na yun. I can't do that anymore in law school, no matter how hard I try. Like, I think I'm older now, and it's showing. And at the same time, it's just really too much for me to, like, shortchange my sleep. So, guys, sleep is really important in law school. Some people still don't get sleep masyado kasi kaya nila. Ako, hindi ko na kaya. I know my limits talaga. So, like, as much as possible, I try to get, like, okay, fine. Minimum 5. Like, yun na yung dapat yung minimum ko. 5 to like 8 hours of sleep pa din. And, for example, buong araw na ako nag-aaral and wala nang pumapasok sa isip ko. Walang kape. Hindi talaga kape yung mag-solve ng problem ko. Hindi tulog lang talaga. Like, I just have to nap. Ganon. And then, aral ulit. Ganyan. So, ayun. Also, syempre, medyo special attention ang exams. Ang exams kasi talaga wala talaga akong tulog. Kasi the situation calls for it. So, but as much as possible during your daily grind, get as much sleep as you can already. And then, for me naman, another form of self-care for me is mahilig ako mag-ayos. Like, I don't go to school na hindi ako nakaayos. Kasi, ayun nga, if you can't perform, perform. Oo, as in like, shit, kung babagsak man ako, babagsak ako maganda. So parang, syempre it helps also with my confidence in school, when I'm reciting, when I present myself to the prof. Syempre kung di ako mukhang maayos, diba? Baka hindi nila ako seryosohin or anything. So parang, psychological thing lang din siya sa akin na parang, it heals my soul. Na inaayos ko yung sarili ko. Na wala akong pakialam. Like, as in, like, kahit wala akong pakialam na hindi ko patapos yung coverage. Kapag 1 hour before the class, mag-aayos na ako, ganun. So, yeah.
Get. And hindi ko sure, hindi na naman ako sure kung saan ko huhugutin 'to, pero like meron lang akong narinig before na when you take care of yourself, like 'pag nag-aayos ka, 'pag may-makeup ka, ganyan, it's just one sign na you're still healthy, na
Yeah.
parang you're not sane pa. Ay, you're still sane, gano'n. Parang hindi ka pa nababaliw, guys. So, I think that's a good sign na hindi pa nababaliw ang ating guest speaker. So,
Tama.
ayan, really thank you rin po talaga.
Although may time na I stopped taking care of myself also. I think this was first year. Again, first year is really like trial and error. And then, that's when I realized na, okay, I can't let go of myself this way. Kasi parang naapektuhan lahat eh. Like, yes, nakapag-aral ka, pero like, do you feel good about yourself? No. So, ayun.
Right. I think din, from what I've heard, it's really a balance of remembering na you have other parts of yourself that does not revolve in law school. Na
Yeah.
I'm a human, guys, and as a human, I do these things. I am this person, ganyan, anak ako, jowa ako, kaibigan ako, may mga ganong klaseng persona. So, yeah, thank you po for letting us have a glimpse of how does that look like inside law school. So as we end, do you have like any words you can say to inspire our aspirants, our law aspirants, or those students who are presently at law school that are struggling to survive? Meron pa ba kayong mga advice dyan?
Ayun, so as cliche as it may sound, you're not alone in your journey through law school. Again, there are other people who are going through the same thing as you are. And there are so many other people who are believing in you and rooting for you in your law school experience. And again, it's really just a matter of recognizing or acknowledging the other things that are outside of law school, like your family, your friends, your significant other, those things that their support means so much more than whatever struggle you're going through in law school, because again, you always have your support system. So totoo yung sabi nila na it really takes a village to raise a lawyer, and recognize that village, know that village, be grateful for that village, and let them know that you appreciate them. Because again, you're not finishing law school, you're not going through law school just for yourself. You're going through law school because of the people who are supporting you right now, and you're going through law school because of the people that you will be supporting and you will be serving in the future once you become a lawyer. So, hindi lang sarili mo yung dala-dala mo sa law school. Alalahanin mo din na may iba ka pang, napakarami pang ibang bagay na dala-dala mo dyan. So yeah, I hope that's a motivating reminder enough for you to not just worry about yourself, but you have to worry about the other people also, and you have to stay strong for those other people as well. So yeah, I hope that's motivating enough for those who are struggling right now in law school.
Thank you so much, former Chief Justice Jana, for gracing us with your time. I hope everyone learned a lot and feels more equipped to actually survive law school for when you're there soon in the future, or baka nandyan na kayo. We are all rooting for you, future abogado. Or kung hindi naman yun yung pangarap mo, we're still rooting for you, future blank. Ikaw na lang mag-fill up. Ayan. So thank you everyone, and we hope to see you on our next episode ng Sa Totoo Lang. Yun lang. Bye! Thank you po, FCJ Jana.